What's up, guys? I got my hopper on the TCR. I screwed down some of the screws and bolts and stuff, so I'm gonna put heavy balls in there. I have it on an HPA tank. I don't know what it's chronoing at right now, but I'm gonna use all this tank. It has about 2,000 PSI left. So I'm figuring I'll probably get at least like 50 shots out of it, maybe 60. The last time I chronoed this, I think it was getting like 20 joules, maybe 25 possibly, with the heavy stuff. So these are 7.2 gram alien clay balls. I'm just gonna dump it all in there. I don't know how many that is, but it's probably I don't know, 50 or 60 of them. So see if it'll shoot all of them. I'm just gonna put my backpack and all that stuff on, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are here. I got all the alien clays in my split loader hopper. So this thing's cool. The hopper is cool because obviously you have 200 rounds. You don't have to reload. And I mean, this is pretty much like an extreme side. This is almost like riot control type of stuff. But, you know, just in case you wanted to do this, you can. But you need to buy this thing first. If you have one not in warranty anymore and you want to do something cool to it, then, you know, obviously do all this stuff that I've done to mine. So 7.2 gram ball, chronograph, and the sights are not obstructed by the hopper, so that's kind of cool. 222, so it's probably like 16 joules maybe. 206. I can easily turn this up, but I just want to see if this functions the way it should. 208, 210, and this HPA tank is only like 750 PSI output, or like, yeah, I checked it on my little pressure gauge, and yeah, it was maxing out at about 750. So this is what I'm seeing. You can line up the sights, they're not obstructed. It's just kind of hard to do it on camera. But yeah, I have a clear line of sight with the hopper on it. I'll back up a little bit, see if I can still crack that thing. So aiming and shooting. So it works. One misfire. Oops. I'm almost out of rounds. So that was that whole bag of rounds. Out of rounds. So yeah, it works. I haven't tried like shaking this around with all that weight on it yet, but I will eventually. I don't know if I'll be able to film that very good, but I'll let you guys know how that ends up panning out. I think it should be fine. I have this tightened down. This is just the normal set screw. I don't have that dog point set screw. So this is just tightened down. It's not super tight because you're pushing it up against plastic, but it is tight enough where I cannot move it with my hand. I'm gonna pause it real quick and check the air tank. Alright guys, this thing's still at about 1,000 PSI, so I'm going to load up my hopper with the lightweight stuff, Chrono, I don't know, 10 shots, and then see what it does. Alright dudes, empty. I'm going to dump all this ammo into there. So here's my bottle of nylon balls. So those are all in there. Let's check out that. So a couple of them are cracked, but I don't care. These are cheap. They're supposed to break. So here we go. Chronograph. 302. Those are 3.6 grams. 294. 300. So this is pretty slow right now. I can turn this TCR up to like 50 joules if I want to, but I don't typically have it that high. 302, not for like rapid fire or like constant shooting. Usually I'll have it around like 30 joules or like 35, just for reliability, because once you start turning it up super high, you'll have the issue of stuff breaking or O-rings flying out and all that. Oops. One misfire. Gonna re-aim. I think my air tank's starting to run out. Oh yeah, it's getting pretty weak. So yeah, pretty much, I don't know, if I had that turned up higher, I probably would get maybe like just the first hopper with all the aluminum balls, because it would have been using way more air. But let's not turn up that high. I think at those speeds you can probably get like 20 shots out of a CO2, a 12 gram CO2, with those current speeds that it's at right now, because it's not super high. So my breech is empty. I just checked it right now. Breech is clear. I'm going to take off the backpack and I'll be right back. Alright, I disconnected my airline. I'm gonna bleed out the rest of this air because I'm gonna mess with this regulator. And I need to get the pressure out of here. Since I'm on HPA, I'll willingly pull this open. If I was using CO2, I'd probably pop the PRV in the back. I have a check valve in here too, so that's why it's still pressurized. You can depressurize it if you end up getting your remote line pieces. You can depressurize it from that check valve, which is that little shiny thing in there. There's an O-ring attached to it. So yeah, it's pretty much, I can hear it. It's putting back pressure on me, but it is coming out, the pressure, so it's not that much. I'm just going to open up the CO2. So yeah, it's pretty much out. No more pressure in the launcher, and you do need an empty one in the front. This is really similar to the Tipex. If you just attach the airline and don't have this in there, all the air will just fly out where the CO2 is plugging it, or the CO2 is supposed to be plugging it. So yeah, this was empty. Obviously I can't shoot that many shots with a CO2 cartridge continuously. You need to, switch it out. So that airline definitely works. The one I have on mine, which is the one on the table, is a Tipex remote airline adapter. You do have to Dremel out some of this stuff, the plastic with the Dremel. You have to kind of machine that a little bit, or just carve it out a little bit. You can use the actual TCR remote line pieces, but you have to order, if you want it all complete 100% the way it was from Tipman, you have to order all those parts from like 5 different websites, or like 4 different websites, because not one website has all the parts. So I've made videos on both installations. I made playlists recently with all my launchers. So I have a TCR playlist, and on that playlist you'll find the remote line installation videos for the Tipex remote line adapter, which is what I have on mine, and plus like some brass pipe pieces. And then I have my brother let me borrow his TCR because I wanted to hook his up, mod it like how mine is. But with his, I put the actual TCR remote line pieces on here, so you don't have to Dremel out anything, and a little like swivel thing pops out from here. So you do have to order parts from like 3 or 4 different websites, like I said earlier. But the Tipex thing is easy to do. You just have to carve out some of the plastic. And this is a $600 launcher, so you don't really run the risk of messing it up. You only run the risk of carving out too much from this part if you do the Tipex remote line adapter, which is what I have on mine. If you do the actual TCR parts, You don't have to cut anything out. You just remove this little plastic thing from here, open up your launcher, pull a plug out from the regulator, screw that TCR remote line adapter piece in there, and you're set. Like, it's pretty much all you have to do, and reconnect everything. But like I said, I have a video on my channel how to do that. I'm pretty sure in the comment section I have all the part numbers listed, and where you can buy them from and all that stuff in that video that I made a few months back. So yeah, hopper works. If you guys want to know where I got it, it's from an online store that I bought plenty of things from before, and I rep them in my videos because they are pretty solid. And I think I ordered that TCR. I ordered 2 of these clamps, and I ordered some red dot sights and this cool little keychain, and because I wanted free shipping. So this thing's pretty sick. And it's a can opener, like a bottle opener. I ordered all that stuff. I made a $50 order, got the free shipping. I could have just ordered the clamp things, but yeah, I wanted to get a couple more red dots. I don't use them that often, but I have them on like a couple different things that I have, and I don't have any spare ones anymore because they're all pretty much hooked up to things, and I don't want to keep on taking them off of stuff and putting them on different ones. So I just ordered 2 more. They were pretty cheap. They were like $18. The red dot sights that I picked up, they're from Vulcan. But yeah, you guys have a good one, and I'll just be boring, just ranting on and on and on about this, but it works perfectly fine. You cannot use your magazines because the breech in here is flipped over. So let me put on my light really quick. The hole that the balls usually load into from the magazine is up on top now, and the hole is no longer accessible for the magazine. So you do have to open up the TCR and flip that breech over. So there's no way to do this without disassembling your TCR. But I've shown videos on how to do that. There's even other people, maintenance videos and stuff from ANS Gear and other places that have shown, you know, disassembly, maintenance, tear down, all that stuff. So not that hard to do. It's a little bit daunting if you're not familiar with paintball guns and stuff. But if your TCR is under warranty still, I wouldn't mess with it till after the warranty's over. And then if you still want to do other things to it, for most people, having a 12 gram is fine. But I like the option to have giant tanks, large shot counts, without having to reload and having to keep swapping magazines and stuff, because it's not a rifle in any sort. I mean, it looks like one, but it's not a rifle. It's a paintball, small, like compact rifle, or, you know, it's for paintball. That's what it originally was. So yeah, I wish Byrna would have just left it the way it was and just slapped their name on it, but they took out a bunch of stuff and charge you twice the amount for it. So you guys have a good one, and see you next time.